You just finished up here, 7-on-7 camp here at Ohio State. Just what's it like being out here with your team?
It's great. Obviously it's not the season, so just getting ready for the season with our guys, just going through the motion, just being in the competitive atmosphere is great.
What is the biggest things you're working on right now going into your junior year?
Probably arm strength, being able to push the ball down the field at an elite level is probably my number one focus.
It seems like you've gotten a lot stronger from where you were a year ago. Just how much do you feel like you've grown as you go through your high school career?
Starting from where I was as a freshman to now, I feel like I've made big jumps. Every year you try to focus on different things, and starting to complete that.
How much does it help having your dad all the tips that he can give you?
It's great. It's just like it's great because he just gives fatherly advice just like everybody else, and just he's very knowledgeable, so that also helps.
I know you've been going through the recruiting process here this summer, starting to get a lot of offers. Just what's that been like for you?
It's been cool. At the end of the day, none of that stuff really matters. At the end, you just got to play football, but it's been a cool experience.
What's it been like just kind of making these recruiting visits? What are kind of the biggest things you've been looking for as you go to these schools?
Coaching and the people I'm going to be around every day is really important to me. Because all the weight rooms and facilities and all that stuff is cool, but it's going to be who you're around every day that matters.
Who are some of the schools, the coaches that you've connected with the most?
I'd say Syracuse, Cincinnati, and Purdue would probably be the top three.
Yeah, obviously Syracuse, you saw what Kyle did last year. What's that kind of like to then now be being recruited by them?
He reached out to me after I got the Syracuse offer, and we kind of connected on that, which was really cool. He was my confirmation sponsor when I was confirmed at the Catholic Church, but he's been a great guidance over the years.
How much does it help just having your dad help you kind of walk through the recruiting process?
He knows what to look for. Nothing's going to fool him, so it helps with that because he kind of sees through whatever somebody might try to put up.
Do you try to get his advice a lot on different schools, or do you try to kind of take the process yourself?
I just, like everybody else, obviously the opinion of my mom and dad matters. It's just, I got to find the right place for me.
Now, obviously you had the opportunity to be with this team here through its national championship run last year. Just what was it like getting to be along for that ride?
It was great. Getting to be around that after, the last couple of years was great. It was great for our family, great for my sisters and my mom.
Yeah, you've seen the lowest of the lows and the highest of the highs here. How does that kind of help you as a quarterback to kind of be able to navigate the roller coaster of emotions?
Yeah, it puts perspective on the game. You got to hang in there when times are bad, but you also got to enjoy it when it's high because, you just got to hang on in there. It's fun to have to make it.
And to be around that team last year, what are the biggest things you learned from the leaders, the players on that team that you're now trying to apply to your own game?
You got to put God first. Football's just a game, but God is always.
For Will Howard in particular, what did he show you just the way that he led that team that you can apply to being a quarterback?
Will is one of the best people I've ever met. He's charismatic. He cares about the guys in the locker room. So applying those characteristics and just being a good teammate.
What's kind of your approach now that you're starting to become an upperclassman for your recruiting process? Do you kind of have like a timeline of when you want to finish your recruiting process, or just taking it day by day?
As of right now, probably